Okay, guys, today we're gonna make this quick little booklet on slope-intercept form. Oh my goodness, this is going to be important. I'm gonna go fast, hang on tight, rewatch this video if you need to, but this is slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, okay? Now, just so we know, m, in case you guys forgot, represents our slope. In case you guys also forgot, slope is your change in y's over your change in x's. Yes, in math, a little triangle, that's a poorly drawn triangle, but it's one. That means change. So change in y's, how they change, and the change in x's, how they change. Y's over x's. B represents our y-intercept. That's wherever the line that we're talking about crosses the y-axis. It's pretty simple. And then your x and your y, when you're graphing, you don't really need to know what they are, but just so you guys know, places to plug in points. If for some reason the problem you're doing requires you to plug in a point for x and y, those are what those slots are for. M is slope, B is your y-intercept. Now let's just jump right into it. Again, I might move fast, so rewatch this. Open up the very first one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, we're gonna graph these three lines on this one graph. I'm gonna color code these a little bit. I'm gonna try to go fast. First things first, all you gotta do is identify your M and your B for each one, and then you just graph it. So watch this. Let's say for the first one, y equals mx plus b. I'm gonna write that down again so we don't forget. But our m is whatever's in front of the x. So for this first one, negative 2 over 3 is in front of the x. So that's my slope. This negative sign, which is kind of right in the middle between these two, is like a bubble. It always goes with the top. So we're gonna write negative 2 over 3. What's the number not attached to x and my y-intercept? The constant, that says plus 1 or just positive 1, and there we go. Down here, what's in front of my x? Well, a 3, so go ahead, I'm gonna put a 3 there. And again, slope loves to be a fraction. That's not a fraction, but we can make it a fraction easily by just putting it over 1. You can make anything a fraction by putting it over 1, right? There we go. Number not attached to the x is this negative 4. That's my y-intercept. And finally, this last one, 1/2 is in front of my x, so that's my slope. And the b, well, there's actually nothing there, so 0. And there we go. Now, I'll fix this as we go. Also slope, remember, is y's over x's. So this is telling me to go down 2, because negative means down. And my x's, left or right, is positive, so I'm gonna go 3 right. This one right here, y's are up and down. It's a positive 3, so I go up. X's are left and right. It's positive, I go right. Y's are up and down. It's positive, I go up. X's are left and right. This is positive, I go right. So I just label these real fast. That way when I graph them, I never have an issue. Now let's do this. First one. I always start my y-intercept and then I enforce my slope. So I'm gonna go to my graph, I'm gonna put a dot on my y-axis at positive 1. There we go. Then from that dot, I'm going to go down 2, right 3. Down 2, right 3. Down 2, right 3. If I want to reverse that, it's the opposite, so I can go up 2, left 3. Up 2, left 3. I draw a line, and there is my blue line. Now for this one I'm actually gonna do in green. I already messed up the colors, just roll with me, don't laugh at me. So there we are, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and put negative 4 on my graph first. Y-axis, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna go from that green dot, up 3, right 1. 1, 2, 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 3, right 1. If I want to go backwards, it's down 3, left 1. And notice when you're plotting these points, they should all fall in a nice straight line, or you did something wrong. Finally, I'm going to do this one in red. So my y-intercept is 0, so I'm going to put a dot on 0. And I'm going to go 1 up, 2 right. 1 up, 2 right, 1 up, 2 right, 1 up, 2 right. If I want to reverse that to put more dots on this line, I can go 1 down, 2 left. 1 down, 2 left, 1 down, 2 left. And there we go, guys. I just graphed all 3 of these lines really easily onto this graph by just identifying my M and B. Now, let's flip it. Let's do using, I give you a graph, and you gotta identify M and B and tell me the slope-intercept form. So first things first, I'm gonna go on this line, and I'm gonna put a dot everywhere I see this line touch 4 corners of the grid. So, touches right there, right here, right here, right here, and I guess there's one up here too. Some of these lines will have a lot of points. Some of them will only have maybe 2 points. That's all you need. So we should go with the flow. So first off, it touches the y-axis at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my B is a positive 5. From dot to dot, going from left to right. It doesn't matter what dots I use. I would just use my y-intercept and the dot closest to the right. And that's what I used. That was easy. I'm going to go, I have to go down 1 and I have to go right 2. So 1 down, 2 right. 1 down is negative, 2 right is positive, and there's my slope. That's it, guys. And if it says right in slope-intercept form, remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Y equals m, my slope, x plus b. First, anywhere I see him touch the 4 corners, I see dots here, 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 and there. I'm going to identify this y-intercept first. That's 0 on the y-axis. That's touching at 0. And then from here to my next dot going to the right, because that's how I do it. You can do other ways, but you might have to simplify. It might be a little more work. I have to go up or down first. We'll have to go up. 1, 2, 3. Up 3 is positive. So 1, 2, 3 up. And then I have to go 1 right. That's also positive. So my slope is 3 over 1. If I write that in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Done. Oh, put some dots on here. Now listen, let's see where it touched the 4 corners. Again, this is one where there's only 2 now. There's only 2 dots, but that's all I need. So 1 touches on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4 down, so negative 4. To go from my y-intercept to the next dot to the right, I have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a positive 6, go up 6. And I have to go right 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 6 over 4. And right's positive as well, so 6 over 4. Y equals 6 over 4x plus negative 4 or just minus 4. You can put plus negative 4 or minus 4. It means the same thing. That's it, guys. That is it. Last and final page. I hope you're having as much fun as I am, because I'm having loads of fun over here. Boom. Now from tables. So remember, slope is we're changing y's over changing x's. So to find it, I just got to find out how the y's are changing. Well, I look down my row here. I'm sorry, my column. And I'm going 0, 1, 2, I'm going up by 1, right? So that's a positive, going up by 1. There we go. For the x's, negative 3 to 0 to 3 to 6. You look at that, it looks like they're going up by 3s, adding 3, positive 3. Remember your y-intercept, okay? Y-intercept is whenever the x is 0. That's like your little lookabout, right? So whenever my x is 0, that y value, 1, that's my y-intercept. And now I can write the equation of my line. Y equals 1/3 x plus 1. So slope, changing y's. So let's see here. I'm going from 9 to 7 to 5 to 3. It looks like I'm going down 2. And then for my x's, it looks like I'm going, let's see, negative 2, negative 1. I'm going up by 1. So a little bit of pattern solving here. But changing y's, they're going down by 2. My x's are going up by 1. Negative 2 over 1. My y-intercept, whenever my x is 0, x 0, boom, right there. Well, y is 5, y-intercept is 5. Y equals negative 2 over 1x plus 5. Done. 2 more and we're done, guys. Oh, the fun's almost over. Sad. Here we go for my y's. Looks like I am going down by 6. That's how my y's are changing. Now my x's, they look like they're going up by 7. So negative 6 over 7, done deal. When is my x 0? Right there, my y value, that's my y-intercept, 28. And now I have enough information to write my slope-intercept form. Y equals negative 6 over 7x plus 28. And finally, last one, a little difficult, but it's gonna be fun. My slope, how my y is changing? Well, it looks like as I'm going down here, I'm going up by 4. That's what I'm doing. I'm going up by 4. My x's are going up by 5, right? 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'm going up by 5. So my slope is 4 over 5. Now for my y-intercept, when is my x 0? There's no x 0 in here. But because I'm using my brain here, I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, let's see here. These going up by 5s this way. But if I would go backwards, let's say I went this way, if I went up 1, right? Instead of adding 5 to go down this row, column, I can minus 5 and go backwards. 5 minus 5 is 0, right? If I went backwards, I can go back in time to get my 0, right? Well, if that's the case, if I want to go backwards, instead of going up by 4 to go down, forward in time, I can go minus 4 to go backwards in time. So 11 minus 4, that's going to give me 7, right? So if I were to go backwards in time, because I can predict the future, I know the patterns, plus 4 to go this way, plus 5 to go this way. If I do the opposite, I can go backwards in time to find out, oh, this is my 0 set. This would be a point before this one, and that's x is 0, y-intercept is 7. Using that noodle right up there in my brain. Slope-intercept form, y equals 4 over 5x plus 7, and we're done. That's it, guys. So if you need to rewatch this, go ahead and do so. This last one might be a little bit tricky, but you can do it. Good luck. Stay healthy, stay safe. Be awesome.